Oh, perfect timing. If I hit record on my computer at the same time you hit, like you said, go. Right on. Welcome.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. This is the Land of Enlightenment podcast, and I'm Oscar Duran, your host. And this is, you want to introduce yourself, man?
Sure. My name is Robert Miranda. I'm a local musician, full-time student, and dreamer just like everybody else, I guess.
Right on, man. And you're just gonna have your guitar. We came up with this right before. You're just gonna have your guitar and just jam
The whole
here and there.
time.
Just,
Yeah.
I mean, if you get tired and you really don't want to play it until afterwards, we're gonna play. He's gonna play a couple songs at the end.
Woo.
Yeah, woo, concert.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you my boobs. Maybe
I've
no.
probably seen it before, I think.
I don't know, dude. LA was a weird time.
Those were good times.
Those are good times.
Good times, no credit.
We'll get to that. But yeah, so stick around. He'll play a couple songs at the end. But he's a cool guy, man. I've known you for a long time, dude. I mean, we haven't known you continuously, I guess you could say. I mean, I met you a long time ago, but every time I see you, it's always a treat to see you. That's what
Likewise.
it is, right?
Yeah.
Last time I saw you was in the back alley right behind right behind Satellite.
This is true.
And I was, yeah, I think it was with my girlfriend.
And I was with somebody who broke my heart.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I was going to ask you about her, but
Nah, well, we'll get to that, too.
we'll get to that too. Let's start at the beginning.
It's a little early.
It's a little early. We'll get to the heartbreak a little later.
Yeah.
How have you been, man?
A little stressed here and there.
Life going well?
Life. Got into nursing school about a year ago, and
You're doing that. How far in the nursing school are you doing?
I'm a level 4 student right now, so I'll finish up in December.
Oh, so you're almost done.
I'm almost done.
Oh, that's good.
I'm on break right now, and it's a month break. The last break we had was like only 2 weeks, so it was kind of just like nothing. But now with the month, I'm kind of like have cabin fever, and just like
You're just like senioritis,
crazy.
like you just want to get out.
I just want to get it out. Like the first couple days, I posted on Facebook. I was just like, can't I just go? Back to
What made
school
you
right
want to
away?
go to? What made you want to do like nursing school?
Well, I have a Bachelor of Science in biology, and I was teaching for a while.
You're teaching science?
No,
Oh, you're teaching music?
no.
What were you teaching?
Basically, I was teaching everything from little itty bitties,
Yeah.
pre-K. I was a permanent sub for a while there
Uh-huh.
at a charter school.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get into which charter schools and this and that.
Yeah.
But they had me basically doing everything from like pre-K to 8th grade, and like
Okay.
everything from
Just
math.
filling in whenever you had to do it.
Did a lot of math. Did a lot of English, even though that's not what I was
Yeah.
qualified for at all.
Yeah, but just what they needed you, they'd put you
yeah, I
there.
feel like charter schools, kind of we wear many hats.
Yeah, no, I mean, we worked at well, I mean, I don't know if you were ever at that school, and I won't say the name because there's a lot of drama in
Yeah.
the public eye right now, and the news about this one specific school. But yeah, I mean, I was there, and I had to do a lot of different things. I
Yep.
remember that I had to do a lot of different things, and you just kind of have. I think a lot of teachers are. They're obviously underrated because they have to do a lot more than just teach.
No, you teach.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. Kate does over here too. She teaches a
Yep.
class, and a lot of the work goes in. I mean, I don't know about you, Kate, but I know sometimes I'm like you turn into a mentor. You turn into like punching bag, not physical one, but like emotional one. Like
Definitely.
sometimes
For
students
sure.
have a hard time, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just there.
I'm
Some
working.
You're a
students
safe
are
place.
oversharers.
Yeah. I'll be like, "Are you everything okay?" And then they just unload, and I'm
Yeah.
and you have to like. There's some stuff, man, and you have to. It's a heavy job.
Yeah, and working
Yeah.
with the at-risk youth too. It's just
Yeah.
especially the middle schoolers. There's nothing more terrible, but also like hilarious.
I remember junior high being a fun time, but I also remember us being a nightmare, dude.
We're also I feel a little different.
What do you
We're-
mean, like
we're more
generationally?
mild
Than kids now?
than kids now.
Are
I
they
feel like.
worse?
They're worse, man.
How?
Just,
It was bad, dude.
we were bad. I was bad, but it's just manners wise. I feel like they're growing up a little differently.
Well, it's because they have access to the internet.
Yeah.
And they know a lot of stuff that we didn't know. dude.
Exactly.
I mean,
we
I
had
didn't
to
have
find out for on person.
in person. Yeah, like I didn't find out about a bunch of stuff until like I was able to get like AOL or like the access to the internet, and even then it was really slow, dude.
Right.
It was late at night by myself, just being like the deep web. and there was nothing there
Yeah.
because there was like it would take forever to load, and there was nothing on the internet, dude. It
Yep.
was E-Bombs world.
And Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Oh my
I forgot
god,
about
that's
that.
a throwback.
Yeah, dude, Ask Jeeves. There was they renamed it Ask.com or something,
Yep.
and then it doesn't even
exist.
exist anymore. I don't
Yeah,
think.
I don't
Bought
know.
out by the tool who owns Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of which,
Hey, don't say that. Twitch owns them or is owned by
the,
them too.
the
That's what
platform
we're
we're
on.
on is owned by Amazon.
Rap.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, right.
Wrong one. I
Jeff
always do the wrong
Bezos.
eye, dude. I always do the wrong eye.
I was told I could say anything.
Yeah.
You could. Oh no, but when it comes to money, dude, insulting money, it's a good laugh. We're all laughing. It's
Those are
funny.
just my ideology. So just
Whatever, dude. Nah, you're cool. No, nothing to worry about. So, man, we were talking a little bit about it, but I wanted to wait till we got on there. How did we meet? You said we met differently, but how do you remember it?
I feel like I met you in the AmeriCorps program. That we were volunteering for
Right.
AmeriCorps.
Right.
Um,
But I mean, I met you because my dad got me that job because of your brother and your brother's ties to that organization.
yes.
Right. So that's how it was. Essentially, indirect with your brother. And my dad knew your brother because they worked at APS together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and your brother always had to hook up with a lot of really new clothes.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
I remember those.
He'd pay
days.
people in clothing.
I remember those days.
Dude, that was like
Jeez.
brand new Banana Republic Pico.
Yeah, where did they come from?
I don't know, dude, but that dude had stacks and stacks of
Fifth.
brand new stuff.
Fifth. Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth, dude. It was like I remember going over this first time and just being like, walking into the house and being like, what is all this stuff? It's like brand new stuff.
Yeah, my brother's movida.
Dude, no, it's like, yeah, it's the hustle, dude. That's how I gotta do it. At least growing up, did you guys grow up in the South Valley?
I grew up in Barelas.
But it's south of downtown,
Yeah.
so but it's not South Valley.
Yeah, it's right there.
Barelas.
Right over there.
Órale, home.
Right by the river.
Right by the river? Or it's right by the zoo, man.
Right by the zoos.
I worked zoos. I worked at the what is it? The community center at the Dolores Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the elementary school.
No, but the community, the Barella
That was-
Community
yeah,
Center.
yeah.
That's what it's called. And that was a rough, man, because it was like all the old inmates that had just gotten out of prison would go play wall ball there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then but it was cool at night. If it was later in the evening, you can hear the lion growling, and you can hear the seals and all kinds of neat stuff.
Oh yeah. Growing up there, it's those noises you can kind of go accustomed to it, but you're just like, oh hey.
That's like
Yeah.
it feels like you're in the jungle.
Yeah, it's definitely a great thing to like wake up to.
Yeah.
I
But
remember
yeah,
being a
yeah.
little kid waking up to like the lion roaring and stuff like that.
That's pretty neat.
'Cause I went to Dolores
You
Gonzalez.
You went to that school.
And I kid you not, like 5th grade, our teacher left, and like some drama, horrible things happened to that teacher. But anyway,
Yeah.
every like Friday, I think we were at the zoo just because they had no sub, they had like no.
So they're like, we're
teacher.
just gonna take you to the zoo. So your
Every
playground was
Friday.
literally the zoo.
Yeah, which kind of ties into like why I became a biologist too. Just
Oh, really?
Fell in love with animals and stuff like that. And
That's really cool, man. I mean, I had a passion for marine bio, but I live in the desert.
right?
But it was a teacher in high school that really got us into it.
Yeah.
And he's since passed away, but he was. I mean, you should have seen how many people were. This guy touched impacted so many people in his life.
Exactly.
But it's cool when you get like that passion for something like that,
There's the
dude.
teachers again, man.
And then
the unsung heroes.
the unsung heroes, dude. That's for
sure.
sure, dude. And so you grew up in Burles. Your dad was there, so he knew he grew up in the hustle there, and that's what he was doing, or what?
My brother.
Yeah, your brother, not you.
But basically my dad though. I mean, I lost
Oh,
my
really?
dad at a really young age, but so my brother,
How much older is he than you?
16 years older than me.
So he practically raised you, dude.
In a sense, I had
Yeah.
a stepdad, but like,
Okay.
there was some resentment with my stepdad.
Yeah.
Which, it tends to happen sometimes here and there.
Yeah.
Mixed families. But I really have we've come to terms now and stuff like that. It's the man my mother loves, but like my brother definitely like showed me a path of like being trying to be a good man,
That's cool,
less
man.
of a piece of shit, because I think everybody is a piece of shit. It's got to polish our turds.
Yeah. But your brother was also really into cars, man. I remember
Yeah, of
this.
course. That's
So, and then I had an old El Camino, which is the debate's up in my family as to who the fuck it belongs to, dude. I swear to God, nobody ever paid me for that goddamn car, but somehow it's at my grandfather's house, but it belongs to somebody else, and somebody got paid for it, but it wasn't theirs, dude. Anyway, that car was at your brother's house for like a whole summer because he was helping me paint it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. And he was like, that's how I got to know your brother. And then after that's when I got the gig over at AmeriCorps.
Yeah, he's still painting. We you know, he has a car club. Look them up. They're a solo VW car club.
Cool,
in town,
man.
and it's, you know, all Volkswagen, vintage Volkswagen.
So what does he do with that?
It's
He
really
just kind of like body work and stuff?
He does body work. He does, you know.
He's not working for the schools anymore.
Oh, he does.
Oh, really?
He's still a painter.
Okay, cool. That's what he was doing, painting.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't know that, dude. Yeah,
So,
I just knew they knew each
he's
other.
a full-on painter. Keep telling him, go get your lungs checked, because painting's
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
brutal.
Yeah, he just locked himself in the garage and just get a little high. Oh, whoa, I'm
that
getting a
tends-
little lightheaded, guys. Yeah.
It's like, hey, you like to paint for other reasons, don't you? No,
Mhm.
but he's very talented. Like, his work.
Attention to detail is what I remember.
Yes, he spends a lot of time, and he's a perfectionist, you know. So like, he has a couple projects that he's working on
Yeah.
now. He has like I want to say a 65
Yeah.
bus, a camper bus.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're time to look, you can Google what it looks like. And
Google
it's
it
just
up.
like-
And he's doing that.
yeah, but the difference is, like, you know, most people keep it like, you know, original and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do that, but they also just throw them to the ground. Like, basically, there's
Just
this-
drop them down.
Yeah, that's like kind of like their signature thing. It's just like they're so low.
Okay, they're
Yeah,
just
there
they're
you
so low. Yeah, hey.
Hey.
They're so low. But like, don't they bottom out and things?
Oh yeah, but there's nothing underneath it. It's just a pan, so it's like
Oh, okay. So it's kind of kind of okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
Doesn't
cool,
do
man.
much damage, but
And then I think honestly, man, I think that's how we kind of got the whole thing started. But I actually met you, and probably hung out with you probably at a conference. We went to a conference in LA.
oh man, that conference was.
And that was a hell of a trip, dude.
Yeah, I remember you on the bus.
Oh man, I was
You're-
underage and I was drinking. And I was drinking heavily, dude. And I was drinking heavily, and it was green apple vodka.
Well, Smuckers.
The classic of underage drinking.
Yeah, dude. But it had just started coming out with flavored vodkas.
Yeah.
So it was like nobody really, had anything to say about it. But I was drinking it, and then somebody else brought wine,
So you're mixing it
and
up.
I was mixing it up, dude. And then it was Yak City just everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then it was.
And here we are.
I don't remember much.
Here we are. We're supposed to be like out there to learn how to, you know, work
What?
with the youth and stuff like that.
But you learn from experience, dude. That's why your teachers ever tell your parents, be like, don't do it. I know. Listen to me. But this is why.
Yeah.
But we're stubborn people, dude. We want to learn. Humans are just stubborn. We want to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
Very
dude.
true.
I don't know, man.
And I'm still learning the hard way, man.
No, I mean with the
Just in general.
themes of the heart when it comes to
It's
that. or
exactly
just in
everything.
general?
Everything in general, man. It's just
Whatever,
like you
dude.
think you learned, and then you do something stupid again, and you're just like, oh well.
Yeah, but that trip was fun, dude.
Heck yeah.
There's way too much pot smoking.
Yeah. We did
And
that.
and then talked about it yesterday again. That was not a good one, dude. I would get super paranoid. I swear we were on the metro. I don't know. My eyes are like really burning right now, but we were on the metro, heading to like Hollywood
yeah.
from downtown, and then there was like something was broken on the metro, and then we had to walk back. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like super paranoid,
It was-
and I
it
swear
was
to God,
you, I, and James, right? Was
me,
James?
you, James, Katrina, all of them, everyone,
Yes.
dude. Katrina Romo, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Wow.
then yeah, man.
Flashback, man.
Yeah, dude. She was. It was a good.
We were in the hood, weren't we?
We were in the hood in LA, dude. We had to get off at a random ass stop, and we're like. But my thought was like I didn't quite catch what was being said on the announcements for the subway, and so we got out, and I was just like, I swear, I was like, oh, there's an emergency because there's an attack, and I was like, it wasn't that close to 9/11. It was like when 2006,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
So
we just like
it was 5 years away, I
Yeah.
guess, but I think I was still really paranoid or something. I bet.
you were just blazed
I
out of your
was
mind.
just blazed out of my mind, dude, and I was like, I gotta get
Thanks
us
to
back
James.
to.
James is the one who found that stuff.
James was weird. James was nuts because he was a cool guy. Do you still friends with the guy?
Yeah,
So-
he just graduated law school.
No way, dude.
Yeah, he's a lawyer now.
James?
James.
It's like the beatboxing and rapping James.
And he's still wicked, bro. Like, so good.
He was so good, but we would be sitting there and he's like, dude, your mom's at the door. And I'd be like paranoid. I'd be like, what? my mom's here? And they'd be like, oh no, I got to get sober, you know? And then like, but he just joke around it. And he was nonstop funny, dude. He's still the same dude, just with a law degree now.
Oh yeah.
Cool, good for him, man.
Yeah, and he's you know, he's still doing his music. I think Broken, you can look him up, Broken Bread winner.
Okay.
I think what he goes by.
I heard on
Or
Broken
Hi-
Bread in there.
Broken Bread.
I don't know,
winner,
but I
High
remember
Watcher.
him because he got everyone weed, and then just straight up fucking left.
Yeah.
He
Went-
disappeared, dude.
Yeah, he went with his people in L.A. It was
And
pretty
he did
funny.
like he was there for a conference. They paid for him to get out there.
Yeah.
And then he just like later,
Pretty much.
and left, dude.
Yeah, he went and met up with his people. Probably did some music.
And then he was gone, dude. And that was
gone.
funny, man. It was a weird time in that. Like just whole conferences are just parties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Those were.
those are crazy, man.
Good
And,
times,
and after
man.
that, like I mean, I would see you here and there, but I don't think we actually hung out since then, dude.
Yeah, just been
Yeah.
busy, man. Trying to.
You've been playing in
Get
different
ahead.
bands, though, right?
I've been playing different bands. A lot of ones have, have failed, but.
How many bands do you think you've been in? What got
Um,
you into music, dude?
I don't know. I guess music's kind of like definitely my outlet for therapy. You know what I mean?
So you use it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
stress reliever. Definitely, it's definitely the thing that like, because I no longer smoke pot anymore and shit and stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, me
Yeah,
neither. So
it's too much, too
It-
intense. These
yeah.
days and
So you
all
just
these
need
things.
to have your outlet in some other
Yeah,
way.
and I've always had this outlet. It's just kind of like, it's probably more of a vice these days that kind of just is a positive one.
It's no. There's positive ones, dude. You gotta
Yeah.
have those things that kind of like even you out.
because I feel like it's not what I do. It's who I am.
Yeah.
And then like I said earlier, like off screen, I'm just an asshole who plays guitar. I'm no musician by any means.
Well, I don't know
Um,
about that, man. I mean, you've been playing for other people that I talk to know you as a musician.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in bands. You played live shows, right?
Yeah, of course.
You write your original stuff.
Yeah.
What do you feel like makes you a musician then?
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like you have to be proper and like know how to read music. And I'm
You don't want to be music. Well, I mean, I think you're the right kind of musician that where you're like you're not one of those weird
don't wanna-
musicians that just gets so caught up in it.
just can't take it too seriously, man.
You
Just
don't.
like life.
You don't, and which is good because I feel a lot of musicians who do get so caught up in it,
Yeah.
and they're honestly, man, I doing video. I've done some music videos with some
yeah.
musicians, and they're flakes, dude. And it's just hard getting work done with them and stuff like that. And nothing against them. Musicians are great, like talented individuals,
Yeah, of
but
course.
there's a specific kind of personality I think that kind of goes along with it. And I don't think you're a musician in that sense, but I think you're definitely a musician in the sense that you're very creative and you're talented. I mean, don't you
Yeah.
think so?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be humble, man.
You're just, I mean, okay.
I just think I don't know. Feel
Okay.
like I said, it's an outlet for my anxiety. Because I feel like sometimes I
Do you have a lot of anxiety?
could get a lot of anxiety. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure on just with school.
Yeah, man. What
Stuff
kind of
like
anxiety do you get? That shit, I mean, it messes with me too.
Just depends.
Yeah. What kind of stuff drives you up the wall, dude? Like, do you get like, have you ever gotten so anxious where you get like this weird pressure in the back of your head?
Yeah.
It's just like hot, like but it's just extreme situations. There's one person
Panic
specifically-
attacks, stuff like that.
Kind of like there's one person specifically that whenever I see this person, like I just get this extreme amount of anxiety.
Do we know this mutual person?
No,
No? Alright.
no. Well, but speaking of, I think there's one person that you might be thinking of, a girl I dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not her. More that one, I just get annoyed with her. I'm like,
Same.
yeah, dude. I'm just like, hey,
I think we both dated her, bro. It's alright.
you did too?
For a moment.
Here's the thing, dude. All right, here's the thing. You're the second person I've interviewed that's told me that.
Is this a mutual friend of ours too?
Yeah. What is up, dude? So, I mean,
Nah, nothing ever came of it, bro. I just wanted a couple dates with us. Like,
no. I mean, it's nothing against this person. She has her own thing going, but it was just not. This was not happening, dude.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not happening.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where were we going? She doesn't make me anxious, dude. More, it's
Yeah.
just kind of like I hear
Anxiety, yeah.
I hear her high pitched voice, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. But no, there's a different. It's an X. Yeah, it was just it ended so badly that I just get this really bad pressure. I start getting a panic attack, and
Yeah.
I never had one until this person, and it just threw me for a loop, dude. It was such an intense sensation, overwhelming, really.
Yeah, feelings like I feel like being bored and stuff like that, not having stuff to do,
Mhm.
kind of gets me anxious. Like recently, I feel like just being out of school or not having, I had to,
Yeah.
take time off of, I was teaching, and then I basically quit my job
Yeah.
to do nursing full time.
Yeah.
That way I could dedicate, do well, and
Yeah, man.
stuff like that. So, but not being, changing, like drastic changes like that, kind of, always bring on that. Like,
The anxiety, just
the
kind of
anxiety.
just pretty basic stuff.
Yeah, you have to, face it,
Yeah.
headstrong, kind of just,
Yeah.
roll with the punches.
Right on, man. Well, I mean, and what got you like playing with music? Like, did you start it? Did
Well,
your
when I was
family
really-
like? Do you learn it or?
Apparently,
from them,
well,
or?
my grandfather,
Okay.
he wasn't musically inclined whatsoever, but growing up, he would have all these like jingles, he'd be like, Roberta, Roberta, where did you sleep last night? Boo, boo, doo,
He
boo,
was-
boo." And I was really young when he would sing that to me, and then like my mother would sing songs, and
Yeah.
my sister tried singing. She can't sing.
Poor thing, dude. But she tried, but she couldn't.
Yeah.
Is it just she just tone deaf or?
No, but she always had like good music, growing up.
Okay.
Another sibling who definitely is like a third mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a father, and just like my grandmother.
So
and
your
everywhere.
family all really had a hand in
Oh, yeah,
raising you because
definitely.
you're the baby. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was a big accident, big oops. Mom was like that. I'm pregnant again.
Yeah.
What? I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
How many of you is there?
There's just three of us.
It's just 3,
Yeah.
and then you came along.
Then I came along to, ruin the day.
Whatever.
Only
dude.
good accidents, you know what I mean?
No. You're probably the cool. I mean, I think I've only met you and your brother, but you're definitely the cooler one of the two.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell him that you said that.
I mean, I haven't seen the guy in
Unless
years,
he
and I doubt I'll
listens
see
to
him.
this. He might listen to this.
Hey, what's
might
up,
see this,
man?
hey.
What up, man? How you doing, dude? I mean, yeah. If you're listening to this, I mean, in your paint job suit. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just messing with you, dude.
I mean, and then I used, I don't know, I've always just loved music, man. I always,
What kind of stuff did you listen to growing up?
I mean, my earliest memory, my brother again, a
Yeah.
huge influence on my music.
Yeah.
He would, early memory, 3, 4 years old.
Yeah.
Like, one of the first things I remember, listening to all the old school, like oldie lowrider music, Zapp and Roger and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
And
Stuff that was like really paired along
the
with like
funk
lowrider stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Double Dutch bus, the double Dutch bus coming
Yeah.
down the street.
And you would
And
listen
stuff.
to that with
yeah,
him.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
And just all that funk stuff that I loved it. And listening to the Beatles and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
But I remember one, of course this is pretty cheese dick, but everybody loves Sublime.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, I think Sublime's huge.
Yeah.
I know
So,
it's huge here, but
in,
yeah.
in 5th grade, I just lost
Yeah.
my father. I just remember walking to school because
Yeah.
Dolores Gonzalez is a few blocks away from my house.
Yeah.
And just loving that album that Sublime came out with.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
kind of deciding then, I like to sing. It kind of soothes me. It helps
So you would be
time.
jamming out loud and
without
singing.
headphones or anything, just kind of remembering words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the first time.
And just be
kinda-
jamming the whole song.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would just walk into school what I really want to know. And,
Yeah.
kind of vibing like that. And
Did you?
to
Did
myself.
you? And that's when you started singing.
A little bit.
Okay.
Trying to.
So singing
before I
came
wasn't
first
good.
before the guitar?
Singing came first.
Oh, really, man?
Yeah.
Where did you start practicing, or do you just kind of always just kind of practice on
guess,
your own,
you know
or
what?
did your own thing, or?
Tell you the truth, I guess guitar did come first. But
Okay.
I wasn't too serious about it. So I started off, learning my brother-in-law, my sister's husband.
Yeah.
I adored the guy.
Yeah.
She dated all these, ass wipes. You know? And I remember being in like the front door, like with her asshole boyfriend, says like she ain't here, like really young and like protective
really?
of my sister. She ain't here. Get the hell out of here. Because apparently I had a very,
Blunt.
bad mouth too as a young child.
Okay.
Nothing's changed. I'm still a sailor at heart. But he came into the picture and like they're still together. God bless.
Oh, cool.
20 plus years.
Yeah, dude.
That's a long.
It's a long time these days, man.
So he came in and was a guitar player. He brought his guitar. He never sang or anything, and he was more of like a Joe Satriani and like Eric
Just,
Johnson,
just sit there just jamming.
with solos and like did blue riffs.
Yeah.
And then he played La Bamba, so like it was like the first thing I ever learned.
That was the first thing you ever learned.
First thing I ever learned. I was probably like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Looking back at it,
Yeah.
and like nothing ever came from that. That's basically all I learned.
That's all you learned, and then the singing.
Excuse me. And then singing, later on.
Yeah.
And eventually, I got back into it probably in like high school.
Okay.
There was a moment
Yeah.
there where music just wasn't priority, and I did other things.
Yeah,
I started
yeah.
skateboarding, and
Yeah, you were a big
finding out about
skater.
girls for the first
Was
time.
this in high school?
This is like in middle school and stuff like
Where'd
that.
you go to middle school and high school?
I went to Washington for 6th grade.
Right
And,
downtown.
Right downtown. Hated it.
Really?
Best friends pulling out knives on you for the first, just because people trying to get you to join gangs and.
That was, man. That was a rough time in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The gangs were still kind of around. Not that, have they died off?
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I'm like, what are the kids up to these days?
It's hard to tell.
I know.
And working with at-risk youth, they still keep it low.
Right. I mean, I'd be like, I know there's like people that hang out in like groups and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But like the old school gangs, like Juaritos Maravilla is not still around, is it?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like Barrelas.
They are.
Barrelas is still around,
Oh,
dude?
yeah.
Like the old school dudes or young guys?
Old school dudes and guys that our age.
Yeah.
Who you see them now and you're like, oh, Machina, bro.
They're still.
What the hell happened to you?
What are the gangs in
Black guys
Albuquerque?
everywhere and
Can you,
shit
name,
like
can you
that?
name all the gangs in Albuquerque, man?
No, I didn't.
There
That's
was
why.
Juaritos Maravilla
Mm-hmm.
is one.
Barelas,
Barelas.
Guarito Boys.
Well, Martinez Town,
Martinez
Sanjo,
Los Padillas.
Los Padillas. There was obviously the sides: north side, south side, east side, west side.
Yeah.
And then was there any other ones that I'm missing out?
There's probably a lot more.
Don't hate on me if you're listening to this. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I left that middle school, man. I was like.
So you went to a different middle school?
Then I went to Jefferson. And,
right up the road, right
yeah,
here.
Right here. Loved it.
Yeah.
Everybody did think, because I was still a little kid.
Yeah.
Rollerblading, skateboarding,
Yeah.
getting into stupid trouble.
Yeah.
Not planned, executed, gang-related trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead,
Just like a kid being a kid.
A kid being a kid,
Yeah.
And it was so much better, I met
Yeah.
other people who enjoyed, those
Music
same
and
things.
skating
Exactly.
and just hanging out.
and that's
Yeah.
where I met like a mutual friend like Victor Magallanes and
Yeah, Victor, man.
and he started showing me like other types of music, like
Yeah.
ska. He's like, "Oh, you like Sublime? Here's Five Iron Frenzy and Goldfinger." And
What was your first reaction when you first heard ska, dude? I remember being like, and immediately just loving
the first
it, dude.
the first song I heard from ska was that,
Yeah.
which if you don't know the song is Superman by Goldfinger.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and
Yeah.
it's just like the most hype song ever. When you first put that game on, you're just like, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Yes, it's the greatest. But,
Yeah.
like they showed me like all these different kinds of
Music.
yeah,
yeah.
and I was like, cool. So come 8th grade,
Yeah.
that's when they had a band called Ask the Man, and Ask the Man was a ska band.
Okay.
And it consisted of
Who was they?
Jake Foreman.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Jake Foreman.
Rings a bell, but maybe not.
Wonderful teacher, doing great things for the Native American community.
Oh, cool.
He works at, what is the Native American school?
I couldn't tell you, man. They're down here, like south area,
Yeah.
now southeast. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
Creative as hell, man. That
Yeah,
guy is
yeah.
making so many, like,
Yeah.
innovations on teaching. Like
Good. That's
yeah,
good, man.
he's opening up like how these kids learn, and like tests are different. You know, the kids can write songs and stuff, or like do a piece of art. Or
He lets them get creative with it.
Yes.
And writing, but in a way they want to.
exactly
Kind of deal. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
making a big difference on those kids.
Yeah.
So
It was him.
it was him, Victor Magallanes,
Victor, yeah.
who was our
He's also a
bass-
teacher.
Who was also a teacher. It's kind of
Yeah.
strange. A lot of us ended up teaching, and
That's how it goes.
yeah, man. It's
Anyways.
it's kind of nuts.
And then,
The drummer was Andrew Plupinota.
doesn't
I
ring a
don't know
bell
if you
at all,
know
man.
that
No.
cat. He's still around, but he slangs booze these days. So still a teacher, still a mentor, but you know of the inner wounds. There's and then our buddy Boleshik Osinski. Is that familiar at all?
No. I mean, I went to school in this area until like maybe 4th grade, and then I got transferred over to the North Valley.
Nice.
So I missed out on some other people, but no, that name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, a physicist,
Yeah.
basically, you know,
Yeah.
lives in Chicago nowadays, still doing music.
But
One of
you-
the best trumpet players I've ever heard.
Oh, really? And so he was the trumpet in the ska band.
Yeah,
And that
but
was
he
in 8th
also
grade?
wrote like all of the guitar parts. Like that.
He
dude
was just a wicked musician.
wicked musician, still is to this day. Like he's just,
Okay.
you know, the things he wrote then, mind blowing.
But here's the thing, our generation that time, there was a lot of really good musicians that I know, at least in Albuquerque, and but it was also around the same time that like Beirut was here in town still. You know, they were doing their thing here in Santa Fe. Remember, and I remember a lot of the kids would be going to band camp with these dudes, and they would be like right before
Is that like
the-
Hummingbird and stuff?
Yeah, Hummingbird Music
Okay,
Camping
yeah.
before the guys from the Shins, right? And the
Yes.
drummer from what is it, Milk something Milk? I can't remember the name, but the drummer from this other big band. They all did music here at Hummingbird, and they're all.
I missed out on all that stuff.
But I knew about them, and I was playing the clarinet like a dork.
I did the same. I played clarinet.
I played the clarinet, but like then I didn't take it anywhere else from there, and I kind of wish I had, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish, I
But
played.
you guys were doing that in 8th grade?
Yeah, so the 8th grade summer going into high school, you know.
Oh,
so
you started a band.
we started a band, and
Were you guys good? Or were you guys like 8th graders trying to be cool?
you know what? Because of the songs Boleshik wrote, because he was just, I feel like, beyond so good for
His age. Yeah.
we were writing pretty good songs, playing already shows
Yeah.
with the Big Spank, a local band.
Yeah.
Who's
Neutral
still
Milk.
around.
Sorry, Neutral Milk Hotel. That's the name of the
Neutral
band.
Milk
Hotel.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they're
Sounds
bigger.
familiar,
Yeah.
man.
They're good. Anyways, but the Big Spank,
The Big Spank, yeah, they would bring us young little kids,
and they let you play.
yeah, and let us play, and they were kind of like, you know, we'd go to their practices,
Yeah.
and have jams and stuff like that, and basically, yeah, and then learning ska helped me to get away from like just power chords, you know,
Because you're just doing like it's
You
heavier
know,
stuff.
heavier
right?
stuff. So this was like more upbeat and like
Were you doing like more metal stuff or?
not necessarily. I was just kind of learning what I feel like every guitar player learns. You know,
I
Red
remember
Hot Chili
like,
Peppers and
I had guitar for a
things
little
like
bit. It'd be
that.
like Iron Maiden, you know.
yeah,
and
exactly.
Stuff like that.
You learn Metallica for the
Star-
first time.
Stairway to fucking heaven, dude. Everyone knew it. Dude, I remember just being like everyone. That's all, and that's the only part everyone knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew any of the rest. And what was another one? Oh, in college, a big one was
That's still the only part I know.
okay. Was the Oasis, dude? What was the song? Wonderwall. In college, it was in college, dude. Just go camping. We would just be playing that song over and over again, and be like, yeah, man, you know. Are you playing it right now? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you're
No,
doing.
I'm
there.
just
jamming.
still tuning.
Yeah, dude. So that
Forever
was
tuning.
that was your
Always
first
tuning.
band.
Yeah, so that was like the first band that we were serious about, and
How long did that last, man?
That lasted until about junior year.
Oh, so that was a
'Cause-
few years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of us went to like Sandia, some of us went to Albuquerque High. So
That's where you went, right?
yeah, that's where I went, and it was kind of difficult to get together. You know,
Yeah.
people's lives change, You know,
extracurriculars and this and that.
extracurriculars and
girls. Yeah,
girls.
that's the biggest reason to break. I mean, sure, for girl bands, I'm sure it's always guys too. You know,
Yeah.
but just like that's the one. It's just like you're spending too much time.
Yes,
You're spending
that's
too
why
much
the Spice
time.
Girls broke up, huh?
You're spending too much
David
time
Beckham
with
and
that
stuff
guy.
like that, yeah.
Probably David Beckham. Dude. Fucking-
I was in an all-girl punk band one time.
Yeah.
Awesome. What'd
How
you
was
play?
that?
Yep. I was in 10th grade, I think.
Uh-huh.
It was terrible. We were awful.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
instrument did you play?
I played guitar and sang.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I would like to get my hands on some of that
So-
audio.
So
if it
Oh,
exists.
we recorded a demo and everything.
Is it around?
I don't have it. Somebody does.
All right, we're gonna track that down.
But
We're
it
gonna track
was
that down, and we're gonna talk
awful.
about it, Kate.
But I will confirm that it was all about boys.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so well, yeah. There's the Spice Girls, man. It was David Beckham, dude. I swear, like they got married, and then she was like doing her own thing and this and that. And I'm gonna admit it, I know a lot about the Spice Girls because I was a big fan, dude. I like the Spice Girls, man.
I'll tell
Especially
you what
for a
I'll
young
tell
guy.
you what I want, man. What I really, really want, man.
Remember, there was a bunch of funny things that would go around that. I'd be like, if you want to be my sandwich, you gotta be ham and cheese. Mayonnaise is too fattening, so pass the mustard, please.
Oh my god.
You
Nice.
never heard that?
No.
It was so good.
I
yeah.
love
That's a
that.
good remix.
Yeah, dude. And I remember that one in junior high. I'd be like, yeah. But the Spice Girls, yeah, man. But I mean, the girls
Like
probably
I should sit down with you and write some lyrics. That's pretty good if you remember that from a long time.
Yeah, I can come up with some stuff, dude. I'll just give you some my life story and you
Cool,
just write
there
some
you go.
songs, dude. You know, you don't have to suffer through it. Here's the thing: a lot of musicians and artists, they produce more when they're suffering and in pain, dude.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
sometimes
I
not.
can tell you my life story, and you can just use that, and you don't have to suffer at all.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'll
any
be
musicians
happy.
out there, just take
I'll
me up
play
on
the
that.
part.
Yeah, just be like, yeah, there you go.
So yeah, there was Ask the Man, and
Yeah.
then kind of straight away from that, I kind of went and started a different kind of group. You know, I was really into like this whole new kind of music that came out. It wasn't new at all. It's been going on since like the early '90s.
What was it?
Basically emo.
How was emo around since the early 90s? You're talking about indie rock, indie alternative. Alternative was like.
Well, all music is emo. Not gonna lie.
That's
Whoa,
true.
whoa, whoa.
It's all emotional, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
with
it's all
that.
emo. But okay, so
But anyway.
emo's kind of general. So what kind of music was it then?
You know, I started listening to like Taking Back Sunday.
So like more hardcore, kind of
yeah.
like
Yeah, kind of more getting into like, you know, going back to the
Yeah.
heavier stuff.
yeah.
I really liked it, you know, like I saw
It was big then, man.
it was big then, exactly. And I was
Did you do the emo thing?
no, not at all. I was the first generation, man. We were, you know, I probably looked just like I do now.
You had so if you're seeing him now, like he cropped hair, but you had long curly hair. Not really long, but you had like kind of I want to call it a Jufro. You know, just like curly fucking hair, dude. And it looks good on you, man.
Thanks, man.
And you had last time I saw you, it was
had
pretty long, right?
Yeah, I had a Britney moment.
So that's what you ended up with this.
Yeah, there
What
you
happened? What was it, dude?
No,
Was
I
it-
actually lost the dog.
Oh, and you're like, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, I had a
So you're just like,
hair. No, but for level 2
yeah,
of nursing school, I had a mental breakdown.
yeah,
because of
dude.
the workload, and I was playing drums at the time, like trying to set up my drum set, and it wasn't working. I was eating my hair because it was basically like down to my shoulders,
Yeah,
and I broke all of my hair ties, and like I have real thick curly hair,
yeah,
and there's no taming it, so I have to tie it back,
yeah.
or it goes and
It's everywhere.
you know I feel bad for girls with the curly long hair because
Yeah.
you know it's just everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
the worst.
It's everywhere.
It's
You
just
you
long hair in
yeah.
general. It's
Do you
just-
straighten your hair? Or
No, it has a little bit of a
a
wave
curl?
kind
Okay.
of to it.
Well, no,
yeah.
I have wavy hair, so if it gets a
Yeah.
little longer, it does this fucking thing where it starts curling into my ears,
Yeah.
and it drives me insane. I'm just like,
Yeah, so
like a
I
cat.
ate my hair and just was like, tried to tie it and just basically took a razor and did, you know, Pedro in the mirror.
You
just like-
Pedroed it
Yep.
right on, and you've been. It looks like you've been keeping that up for a little bit,
Here and there.
just cutting it down.
Yeah, and also going into like the medical field, I feel like it's kind of like you have to be more clean hair
Yeah.
in the ways, you know.
For sure, man.
You know, so
yeah.
I'm trying to change up, have a cleaner look.
Yeah.
What I used to
Yeah. So you never did like the emo like
over the head
Over the
face.
hair.
No.
I never did that, man. I mean, I did. My sister was like the second. I would say second gen was like all that stuff. Skinny
Yeah,
jeans.
exactly.
And she really got me to. She got me to dye my hair black. You
Yeah.
know, and it, like jet black, and it was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
See, I think there was some like punk rock ska still in me because I dyed my hair green at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like punk rock, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the teenage angst.
Would you go to a lot of shows around town because it used to be the Cell,
Yeah,
South
all the
Theater,
underage
man?
stuff, the South Theater. So my other band with some other cats.
Yeah.
My buddy Gavin Keane.
Yeah.
Brian Padilla, and Sam Lucero's like that kind of music more.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys would
Trying
pl-
to embody like our favorite bands.
Yeah.
At the time.
And you guys would play at those places.
We played like at the Cell, Harwood, and stuff like that.
Harwood. There was another place up on Summit too. I can't remember the name, man. But
Yeah,
the Attic.
the Attic.
The Attic. You remember that? And it was like you pay like a small cover. You go in and see a bunch of bands. And I remember sometimes like really big bands would come through and just want to play a show.
Mm-hmm.
Like August Burns Red.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yep.
Before they were really big, they came through and they're like, we were just in town. We were just spending the night here. We figured we'd find a place to play a show. And I mean, they're huge now. They're like
Yeah.
massive.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And that's before like I remember being like, oh, these guys are pretty cool. I guess I'll buy a CD. And then they just blew up after that.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, there's like the Gold House. I don't know if you know about the Gold House.
No.
So the Gold House still is having.
Oh, it's a house.
It's
No,
a
yeah.
house. It's a
Well,
house.
there's been a couple of those that pop around. I went
Yeah,
to the
they're-
other one, another one the other day. I can't remember where it is, but similar kind of thing.
Yeah, there's lots of like house shows going on still.
Local
They're-
music,
Yeah,
local
love it.
musicians or people coming through, right?
Mhm.
Which I feel like is better than these bigger. Well, there's nothing really for small bands anymore, is there?
Yeah, I mean Launchpad is kind of like your medium thing.
But like to try to get booked there, you have to have like something good. You can't just be like a band, like local band that just wants to play
Yeah,
randomly,
I
or
think-
can you?
you can, but it's like they're exploiting you as like a battle of the bands thing. or
Oh, they do
something.
that.
Yeah, they
It's
do
like a
that kind of
gimmick.
crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that too, in like high school.
But they had Battle of the Bands at the schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did that too.
Oh, you did that too.
I-
You did all
I
of it.
did
I
it
mean,
all, I did all
See,
that
and that's the thing. So did you jump from like that first band to the other band almost immediately?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty
Did you guys
much.
have like a following? And people were like, "Oh, I love your music."
No, but there's definitely like underclassmen,
Yeah. That really dug you guys.
ladies.
Whatever, dude. Oh man. Back in high school, huh?
Back in high
Back
school.
in high school. No, because
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, well, there was-
Still a 12-year-old at heart.
Yeah, seriously, dude. There was bands though that were local that I just anytime I knew they were gonna play somewhere, I'd go watch them, dude.
Definitely.
You know, and I
Definitely.
just dug their songs, and I'm like, they played that one song, and it'd be like, all right, I'm out. You know.
And around this time, there was a lot of other people that were just influencing me, like local,
Yeah.
musicians. The guy I'm in a band with now, La Llorona,
Yeah.
Marco Sandoval. I don't know if you know Marco Sandoval.
No, I don't.
Well, he's our age. His older brother, Javier,
Mhm.
was in a whole plethora of other bands. He played with like Concepto Tambor
Yeah.
and the Big Spank. He was the guitar player for them for
Oh
a while.
no way, dude.
But yeah, but him and his brother had been playing music since Marco was like able to touch the pedals. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
a drummer. But like his music just influenced me like throughout like middle school. We'd go over there, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and that's another time where I picked up the guitar again. It was just like with my hot Cheeto fingers
When
and
the hot Cheetos were all the rage, yo.
oh, they still are, man. I know people say Takis, nah.
Taki-
I'm going to the Michoacana and getting hot Cheetos, bro.
Hot Cheetos. I don't know, dude. Takis are like crack, yo.
I know, delicious
They're
crack.
so good. It's
Yeah.
too good. I can't. Then I'm just dying afterwards, though, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have a hole in your stomach, but hey.
Yeah. I can't take that stuff anymore, man.
But
Anyway.
basically, like,
Yeah.
then he would show up later on and tell his brother, like, Robert was here, wasn't here? Because he'd look at his guitar, it'd be all grimy. He'd be pissed.
So like his guitar's covered in Cheetos,
Yup.
like hot Cheeto,
Cheetos,
cheese or
yeah.
whatever.
Because, yeah.
That's funny, dude. Robert was here.
Yep, he knew.
Gross, dude.
He knew.
So there was that band. That was like your emo band.
Yeah, so
emo band.
we did that for a little while, but it was just basically me. It wasn't, the other two guys weren't serious. It was me and the drummer that were like actual
Musician wanted to do something.
wanted to do something, and we were there practicing, every night. And these songs, the songs I write now are just basically like real simple.
Yeah.
They have like 3 chords,
Yeah.
4 tops,
Yeah.
and then like a bridge.
Yeah.
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 Like the songwriting,
Yeah.
all songs basically the simple songwriting process that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just do
yeah.
that. But like at the time, 17 years old, I feel like, 16, 17 years old, because I was always the youngest
Yeah.
of like the group, having a birthday in August, and so my birthday is actually on Sunday.
Congrats, man! Happy birthday! I've been having a lot of
Nice.
people with birthdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, man! Happy birthday, dude!
Virgo looking for a Virgo,
Virgo
There you
looking Virgo looking for a Virgo.
Sagittarius, where you
Are
at?
you gonna like what are the Craigslist ones or ads or what is it, the alibi, like I saw you, I saw
Oh,
you
yeah.
things? It's like
Yeah.
I saw you in your car. You looked at me. I think
Some
there
of
was
those are
misconnections.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Misconnections.
Those are so
Some
great.
of those
They're
are
so
kind of creepy though.
They're creepy. Like I saw you from
I
the
saw
from
you
like I
for
thought
8 years every day.
like yeah, you're like, but you never say maybe now that you don't work with me, maybe we can hook up. If you see this and you're interested, hit me up.
Who are you?
I'm like, but you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, I had a friend that would, I shit you not, dude. She would go on there to see if anyone was like looking for her.
That's funny.
It was like not. I'm like, I'm not gonna say her name. I was about to say her name, but yeah, dude. She would look on there, dude.
Almost slipped up there. Huh?
Almost slipped
You
up.
almost spoke on the note,
Almost.
man.
That's all good.
So anyway, like the songs
Yeah.
that I started writing with that drummer,
Yeah.
and we were talking about it last night because he just celebrated his birthday last night.
Yeah.
Shout out, happy birthday.
Yeah, man.
He basically was able to keep up with the crazy songs. They were just all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'll play one of those songs
In a bit.
in a bit,
Yeah.
if I can. Okay, I'll play that.
You'll
I know
play it,
which
you'll
one.
play it,
But it's just all over the place. It's kind of crazy,
Yeah.
It went from like being real simple, like
Yeah.
ska, to being something entirely different.
Oh wow. So you
Yeah.
like your music has evolved a lot. And
Definitely.
It's gotten more complicated.
Less complicated now.
Less complicated, you say.
'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, like the band I'm in now, we coined ourselves like oldie core.
What's the band called?
The band now is called. Well, let's get to that. Let's continue the story.
Okay.
Um, keep the lore going,
Yeah. Build that suspense.
All right.
Yeah, go play at the ditch in a little bit. So that happened. We graduated.
Yeah.
Everyone left to college. And I
Yeah.
was kind of just stuck. Starting writing music on my own.
Yeah.
Looking for other bands.
Mhm.
Maybe if they needed a guitar player. I was considering just doing like lead stuff,
Yeah.
which I'm kind of doing now
Yeah.
mostly. And it was hard to like find a band that that I wanted to be in.
Yeah.
And I would jam with people here and there, and kept writing my own songs. And I bought a looping pedal. Started musically masturbating.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah. 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 Just looping.
looping stuff and
Yeah.
kind of just writing. I bought so basically I had a pedal board the size of like this whole and this like whole
This
thing.
massive
It was
thing.
this huge massive thing, and I was like dancing all over the place to like make things shoot off where they needed to go, like one shot loops there, and
Yeah.
kind of just getting into like experimenting
Yeah.
weird.
It was almost
weird.
like DDR.
I went too far. It got too complicated.
Oh really?
Yes. I
Yeah.
started thinking too much.
Yeah. What were you trying to do?
I just was by myself, so I just kept, buying a drum machine here.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
kind of doing like, trying to add like the electrical, like the EDM feel to it.
Yeah.
That's when that started like getting more popular and
Yeah.
more popular.
Yeah.
With synthesizers and buying keyboards and hooking that all up.
Yeah, man.
And
Mhm.
it just got to the point where I was just like, this is kind of crazy. And nobody wanted to jam with me because I'd bring all this equipment, and they're just like,
They're like, what are you
what
doing?
are you doing? It's just like, it's too much,
Yeah. Yeah.
And but on the other side of the coin, like I have a cousin who we do hip hop. So all that
Okay.
stuff is like perfect for that.
Yeah.
You know, because you could and look them up. Ghetto Instrumentals.
Okay.
Great hip hop has been going on for years. And,
Yeah.
you know, he's a genius. Great flow.
Yeah.
Has lyrics, beats. You know, the
Yeah.
whole nine. And then when we click up together, you know, it's pretty sweet. You know,
Yeah.
our band's called our group that we came up together is called Tits,
Yeah.
which is an acronym for Tell It to Someone. So yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, and it's basically like a hybrid of like my music and like his beats. So
Okay.
like, you know, so during that time where I didn't have any like a band, we were in the studio just kind of like making hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, look it up, Tell It to Someone. We
Okay.
have, like a SoundCloud, and
So it's on there too.
it's on there.
It's
too,
on
so yeah.
SoundCloud. Okay.
And then Ghetto Instrumentals
Okay.
is his like main, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've recorded some stuff.
We
Here and there.
recorded stuff.
As can I get to La Llorona yet?
Yeah.
Well, how did that come about? And what
That's like
yeah.
the birth child of our band. So Seb mentioned Victor
Yeah.
and Javier and
Yeah.
Marco. They're in a band with Victor's brother Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
So there were two brothers
Yeah.
in this band called Con Razón.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
So that's 12 years they were together, you know, and I joined Con Razón the last two.
Yeah.
So basically, they asked me to join as kind of like the last ditch effort to hold the band together because
Mm-hmm.
it was falling apart. you
Yeah.
know. I mean, for many reasons, you know, the things weren't happening. People weren't showing up to practices.
It was just slowly falling
It was
apart.
slowly falling apart, and
Yeah.
they weren't feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
So we had like our last hurrah. We played a show about 2 years ago
Yeah.
at Old Town, you know, and kind of played all of our songs, you know,
Yeah.
one last time.
Yeah.
Well, it was only about a year ago, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Yeah.
But before that, like
Yeah.
a year before we played that last hurrah and did like one last album,
Yeah.
which you want to look up, Con Razón. We have a Bandcamp
Okay.
with our last album, Whammy,
Yeah.
which was produced by Chris Tickner
Mm-hmm.
from the Big Spank.
Okay.
I forget who mastered it, but it's a great album. Has a wonderful, like I said, Javier's lyrics are just, you know, so
He's-
heavy. He's a great lyricist. You
So
know?
he's the guy that writes the lyrics.
He's like the main guy that writes lyrics these
Okay.
days, you know. And every now and
Okay.
then we'll sit down and we'll work on them together. But like, he just knocks them out. Like
Well, yeah. Where does he come from, man? He just creative.
creative and
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
being drunk sometimes, being sober now.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
it's like, but you get some great things out of that guy. I don't even know where it comes from. He
Right
gets some
on, man.
inspiration from his friends, his
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Like he has some songs about his sobrinos and sobrinas and stuff like that. You know, so
Sobrinas being nephews and
Nephews and
nieces.
nieces, yeah, sorry.
Because this is going out to not just New Mexicans, man.
yeah, I know.
No, yeah, you know. Yeah, man. And then so we were talking about this before. What's La Llorona, dude? What is that? What is that?
So La Llorona is the band.
It is.
It's the band, but where'd you get the name from?
Basically, we just took it from the folklore.
Okay,
So-
so the folk story of
Yeah,
like the
folklore,
woman
the
who,
woman who. So the whole backstory, you know, general. There's
Yeah.
many versions of it.
yeah,
Is this woman is just, you know, outstandingly gorgeous, you know, the
yeah, indigenous
cream of the-
woman, right?
Indigenous woman, exactly. But there's other versions, you know.
Right. That's the one I've heard, I think.
And the Spaniard conquistador
yeah.
comes in, and so I've heard other things like he already has kids.
No, so
They have
I
kids
think
together.
it goes like he's with her and they can't get married because they can't mix.
Something like
And
that.
they have kids, and then he goes off to like do something, and he comes back with another wife who's Spanish,
Yes.
and he's like, "I'm gonna take my kids with me, you know. I'll give you the evening to get them ready." And in that evening, in her crying, she decides to drown them and kill them.
Takes them to the river. And
Yeah, and takes them to the river and throws them in.
Yep.
Murders her children. Drowns them. It realizes what she's done, right, in a moment of clarity, and tries to run down the river to save them, and trips, hits her head on a rock, and dies.
Exactly. Yep.
So La Llorona is literally
Cursed.
it translates to the crying woman.
Strings.
Right, and she walks the rivers or the ditches in New Mexico,
Yeah.
looking for her children, but will snag up any child that seems to be her child. And it was a story that was made up to keep kids away from the river and from the ditches, then,
And
because it would get swept
do you
away.
think we listened?
No, dude, that was a fun place to be.
Right?
Yeah, man, especially skateboarding.
Oh, man. Skateboard. Well, and then like in high school, we hung out at the ditch.
The ditch, well, in the Acequias in like the North and South Valleys, dude.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. Just right here. This ditch right here on
The big one.
by Netherwood.
Yeah.
Right there. We would drink our 40s and
The big ones. Nobody cares.
throw it across the. If you could throw it across the ditch, you're good. You know.
You're fucking,
you know?
cool, dude.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you think I did it when I was in middle school? Like, stood away from the ditches? No. Okay,
No.
so over on the west side, they
Yeah.
have those ditches, right?
Yeah.
Those,
We would get
Stupidest-
crawdads from the
Yes.
ditches in the valley, dude. But
But
yeah.
I'm talking about those big concrete ones. Like
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
stupidest thing I could have ever done. And kids do not freaking do this ever. So they have the reservoir, right? They have the pipe that
Yeah.
goes into the actual reservoir inside.
Yeah.
We thought it was a good idea.
To
Let's
go in there.
inside there. Let's
No,
check
dude.
it out. So we walked in there, there's this huge, reservoir where the water is supposed to build up in there.
Yeah.
Come to think of it now,
Yeah.
as an adult, I think like, why?
Why
would
did you go in
ever
there, dude?
do that?
Yeah.
All it would need to do is rain a little bit.
Just a little bit, and it all collects in there, and you're
Yep.
dead,
You're
dude.
dead.
Yeah.
Stupidest thing we could have ever done, but no, that was the spot we wanted to go.
We gotta go in there, dude. You gotta be. Well, that's kids, man. You ever watch? That's the I guess the East Coast or the rest of the world's version of it is the Clown It. Stay away from the drainage or
The drains,
the
yeah.
drains, or you'll get snagged
Just
up by a
interesting. The
clown.
The new one looks pretty interesting.
The new one looks pretty good, dude.
like
I don't know, man.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm still not scared of clowns, but
I'm scared of Tim Curry.
okay.
Just saying, Home
Yeah.
Alone. I was like, that guy's a jerk.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, so we decided to go with that name. Being that we're all from here.
Yeah.
It definitely gives people like
It captured like
It
the
captures
essence,
the
of
essence
this
of-
place. Yeah.
of this place. And I feel like once you hear it, it sticks kind of to
Yeah.
La Llorona. Here and there, I'll drive for Lyft, and
Mhm.
I
Oh,
try
cool.
to promote some of the music. I try to promote local artists
While you're doing it.
while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So they're just like, well, what's playing? And like if it has a display, like there was this people, they're pretty drunk, but they're
Yeah.
like, "Uy, La Llorona, I don't want to be in here no more, bro." They got
You're
all
making me
freaked out.
scared.
I started laughing. I was
That's
like,
funny, dude. Uy, La Llorona. 'Cause I remember being a kid and being like terrified of La Llorona, dude.
it was a good story, man. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So like, is your
uh,
music kind of like along those lines of a crying woman, or is it
I
just
guess
kind of?
we're-
It's just a name.
I guess we're Los Llorones.
Yeah.
Crying all the time, but no, it's we've coined the music as like oldie core. It's like a 4-piece where we
Yeah.
keep it simple,
Yeah.
that's that
Yeah.
classic, songwriting style.
Yeah.
We tend to sway here and there between genres, but it's basically just like indie rock with like a twist. We have some cumbias
Yeah.
that we do.
I love cumbia.
Oh yeah.
Love cumbia.
Really?
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
clean
about
to
you.
cumbia.
Shut up.
Yep.
Nice, dude.
I won't be playing the cumbia though, sorry.
Sorry,
That's
but
okay.
do you guys play
I'll just
live
have to come
shows?
see you.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Or-
we
what-
haven't
yeah.
we haven't played in a while. We haven't we've been kind of having like reevaluation of what we're going to be doing with the group.
Yeah.
And we all have like other different bands. Like Chris is in the Big Spank.
Yeah.
He's the bass player.
Hmm.
He's also in the Mongoose or Cobra versus Mongoose, which is like a punk band.
Yeah.
He's also in the Dying Beds. So he's in like 3 other bands.
Oh wow, so he's a busy dude.
Yeah, he's a busy dude, and like I'm in nursing school full time.
So everyone's kind of like doing a lot of different stuff, and this is
Yeah.
kind of something that came together with.
Yeah, so like, it was the birth child of like Javier kind of like getting fed up with not everybody being too busy, but like if we could spend time and record an album,
Yeah.
let's do that.
But you guys have original stuff.
Yeah, it's all original.
Yeah.
So if you look up La Llorona music,
Yeah.
we have a Bandcamp and
Bandcamp?
Bandcamp. We're on Facebook, Instagram.
So, okay, I can put those links up for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's our first album, Mineral Spirits,
Yeah.
which is, and it still has the old members of Corazon on some of the tracks and some
Yeah.
other people who aren't part of the band now.
Yeah.
But it was basically just like a studio album. It was
Yeah.
intended just to be like a studio thing,
Yeah.
But later we decided, let's go with it. Let's
Yeah.
try to play out some shows, and
Yeah.
we're trying to keep a fire underneath us to do that. But
Yeah.
we've played, here at the New Birds when the New Birds opened up.
Yeah.
Moved away from the Stinky Birds.
Which I kind of missed, dude.
I miss Stinky
I
Birds.
miss Stinky Birds, dude.
I
It
miss
was
sticking
cozy,
to
man.
the floor, bro.
Sticking to the floor.
You know what I mean?
And it wasn't even tile. It was carpet. You're sticking to
That's
carpet.
exactly what I mean, man.
No, it was something about that Birds, and it's like there's this big empty space in the new
Dive
one.
bar, yeah, exactly. It's
It was a dive bar. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Don't try to make it something it's not, man. Well, the New Birds were supposed to have food and be a restaurant at the same time, but that never worked
Potential,
out.
man. It's potential. It has a lot of potential, but anyway.
Yeah.
Besides the fact, go to still support Birds. I mean, go.
Yeah.
It's
They're
still-
struggling, man, but like go out there and do
Yeah,
that.
they
dude.
have a great sound. They have
Yeah.
friendly environment. But so we played a show there. It was our first show like as the group, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like a strange feeling. It wasn't really the show that we hoped for. It wasn't a great turnout. People
Yeah.
were kind of like walking away during our set.
And no,
Yeah.
that messes with you.
You're just like, you still have to keep straight face after a while.
Yeah.
But like, it ended up being okay. It was just like, all right, well, my first show. All right,
It's a
let's
first show.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
And then we played a second time there,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Yeah.
Bigger crowd.
Yeah.
People were digging it.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it's hit or miss in Albuquerque. Sometimes.
Right on.
But
Yeah.
we played over at what is it, Duel across the street.
Yeah, it's a newer place, I think,
Mhm.
right? I don't know how long
They
it's
just
been
opened.
on.
They just opened a patio, which looks pretty interesting.
Oh, cool,
So
man. So there's a lot of cool places you play around
we
town.
played there, and then there was this. We did a humans for New. It was for Humans for New Mexico.
Humans of New Mexico,
Humans of New
whatever.
Mexico. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we did some stuff with them.
Yeah.
We played for some high schoolers, just kind of like promote things like that.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just went back to the studio. I don't know. For some reason, it's just like we play shows, but it's not always like what we want to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes shows, I mean, they're fun and all, but like
It's you'd rather be in like.
we'd rather record.
Record, yeah.
We are, and maybe that's kind of selfish, but I feel
No,
like
no. I think that's where it's at, and then the shows will come when the time is right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, I want to hear some of your guys' stuff, man.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
look
like
it up.
Bandcamp, right?
Bandcamp. Mineral Spirits is the album.
Oh, okay.
That's our first one. Then, we just recorded a few demos.
Mhm.
Just kind of fill it out. We're gonna try to get back in the studio and record probably like a 8-song EP.
Yeah.
Maybe if we have a bit more that
Yeah.
we could work on. Because what's great with this band, like which is what I wanted to come back to, is like
Yeah.
all the bands I've played with, it's always been like one or two people I've connected with.
Mhm.
With the band, the emo band Netherwood. I never said it was Netherwood,
Oh,
based
okay.
off of what? No, the park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty
Dumb.
cheesy. Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, so there was always like one or two people
Mhm.
that we had clicked up with, and
Yeah.
the ska band was a little different because we all were just kind of like little kids,
Yeah.
for the first time,
Yeah.
But like this group, even with Cornerstone, like we're with Victor and his
Yeah.
brother, like we've all there's a strong bond, and the musicianship was there.
Yeah,
It
everyone
just-
was, like, in it.
everyone was in it, and
Yeah.
like you could just vibe.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
practices with La Llorona, it's just smooth. We understand each other. And, like,
Yeah.
And we butt heads every now and then, you know.
But just like all bands,
it's
dude, and
just-
all partnerships and all that. Goes,
Exactly.
Yeah. Right
Being
on,
in a
man.
relationship with 3 other dudes and none of the benefits.
Well, I mean, you don't limit yourself, man.
I don't sway that way, bro.
All right, whatever, man. It's all good. Well, yeah, we're gonna get you on to play a song here in a bit. We're gonna take a break, I think, and then we'll be right back with that.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool. We'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Cool. All right, everyone. So this is a song from La Llorona. I'm gonna play a couple of them. One song's gonna be La Llorona. One's gonna be a really old song I wrote a long time ago. This one's called "Love Planted a Rose." Love planted a rose in a garden where no flower ever grew. That lonely garden was my heart, that lovely rose was you. Love planted a rose in a garden where no flower ever grew. That lonely garden was my heart, that lovely rose was you. Oh. Then one moonlit night, that rose became aware the love was meant to share. And 50 odd years later, it's still the same feeling what you've done to me. 'Cause love planted you. Love planted some hope in a garden, resembled all your views. That lonely garden was my heart, that lovely rose was you. Love planted a rose in a garden, resembled all my blues. That lonely garden was my heart, that lovely rose was you. Oh. Then one moonlit night, that rose became aware the love was meant to share. And 50 odd years later, it's still the same feeling what you've done to me. 'Cause love planted you. Then one moonlit night, that rose became aware the love was meant to share. And 50 odd years later, it's still the same feeling what you've done to me. 'Cause love planted you.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Funny story about that one. That one came to be my grandmother. That was another song my grandpa, I mentioned this earlier, would sing.
Yeah.
It was my grandmother's brother who actually wrote that song, just the lyrics, and it kind of became a song.
Yeah.
Just listening to my grandpa singing it. So I wrote like chords to it and did it on my own little version. So
Cool.
yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
I love the smashy things up on the neck.
Yeah.
What is that called? I don't even know.
Tapping.
Tapping. Got it. I love that style of guitar.
Oh heck yeah! L1011's coming. I don't know if you heard. Yeah.
Ooh.
Amazing tap rock band.
Ooh.
Anyway, so here's one of my older songs. It's called "Loopy" about Sweet Lucy. Bear with me, I haven't played this song in a long time already, but I wrote this one like probably around when I was 19, 10 years ago. That you'll stay 'cause you love the way you play and the needs you create. You say that I'll never be enough. You an endless slush, write another today that she's lovely. She must be away to pick the chest that holds my heart, and she's blushing just like she always does. Her cheeks they fill with red. I don't think I can do without. I don't know I'll fucking do without. Resembles the best of gold that I know. Fold of ore to make my own. Take part in all that will glow. Another endless cell. Here's another today that she's lovely. There must be a way to pick the chest that holds your heart, and she's blushing just like she always does. Her cheeks to fill with red. I don't know if I can do without. I don't know I'll fucking do without. months go on while the herds of savages and fiends will spark up something that I heard. That you have missed me. All of this while despite stories exclude these bad memories of self-sufficient pain, all for that walk that you keep. Oh lovely, how lovely this all could be. La, 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 la. Could be. I'm stuck looping know now I should not, but I plead for just a little bit of time now. I will always adore the way and how you make my heart skip a beat. What can I savor the taste for? I'm not talking about the girl, I'm talking about the wine, talking about sweet Lucy. And how you make my heart skip a beat. Oh, my sweet thing, you've got me all riled up for sweet Lucy. Well, how you make my heart skip a beat. Oh, my sweet thing, you've got me all riled up for la da la da la.